to you by our sponsors: William Richmond Inc., Farmers Home and Auto Insurance, the Bob Koski Agency, R.E. Graves Heating and Air Conditioning, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, McNeil's Group Properties, the Charleston Senior Community, and Chesapeake's Bounty. Now, here's a weather alert update from JB Weather.
And hello everyone, I am forecaster John Bordash with you right now to give the latest update here this evening from the Storm Center. We're not doing the tie tonight, and we're not doing all the buttons up. We are in weather alert mode. We are tracking this winter storm, and it is going to be inactive 48 hours. I just finished up dinner. I feel ready to go. So let's get into it. What I first would like to start with is a current look at how things currently stand. Let's take you over here. So this is a look at our watches, warnings, advisories, all that good stuff in the map just repopulated live. So those counties are shaded in the pink near the Mason-Dixon line. That is a winter storm warning that is in effect. And again, that's like Frederick County, Carroll County, Northern Baltimore County. This is for tonight. The pink or the purple counties, those are all winter weather advisories. Locally, that's only PG and Anne Arundel County. Points north, that's for this evening as well. Blue counties, winter storm watch. This is where we have the potential for some significant snow. Granted, I think this is overdone, but locally this does include Westmoreland, King George, and St. Mary's County. And if you live in Calvert, Charles County, Stafford County, Southern Fauquier, Culpeper, or parts of, I believe that is Madison County. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong with that one. You're probably saying, what the heck is going on? We're always left out. We're not included in this. And right now you're not. So a good way to kind of gauge how this is, these are the alerts for tonight. Purple counties, this is where we're going to see some winter weather. Now, if we turn that off and we just look at tomorrow, because that's where we're really going to see winter weather in our region. So let me get this updated. Let's take the winter weather advisory off. So the winter storm watch, this shows you where snow, is going to be the most likely for tomorrow. I personally, if I would have issued a watch, I would have included all of Southern Maryland. I don't think that there needs to be a winter storm watch, though. These get issued when there's the threat of 5 inches or more of snow. I don't think anyone in St. Mary's County is going to come close to 5 inches, but that's my personal opinion. So if I take you over now, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's take you over to radar. Not Futurecast. Let me get that updated. That's what I get for hopping on here. There we go. So we saw snow moving this afternoon. People freaked out. What's going on? We've continued to see moisture stream into the region. So this initial wave we saw move through, that was kind of like a 50-mile wide shower, or maybe more like a 100-mile wide shower. That has since moved out a little bit, and we started to see the main storm system really come into focus across our region. Temperatures are down near freezing for many of us, but the precip right now is very spotty, and you can already see rain beginning to become the story down towards the Richmond area. This is going to be moving further north overnight. Back here, you can see an extensive area of icing, snow to the north. Again, this is up here really where I think we'll see the majority of the snow. Here locally, while we started with snow and some sleet this afternoon, many of you have seen that either come to an end or you've gone over to rain. The areas that are the most likely to stick around with snow would be areas north of like 231, and I say that a lot. That runs from Prince Frederick to Hughesville. That's like the Benedict Bridge. And we already have a report of a half inch of snow up here near Birdsville in southern Anne Arundel County. So that gives you an idea of where we currently stand. The forecast for phase 1, again, this is kind of a 2-phase type winter storm. Mainly snow up to the north. We are currently seeing that. A wintry mix. This is where we're going to see some rain, some snow, maybe a little bit of sleet. Again, that's from Prince Frederick to about La Plata and Hughesville points north through parts of Anne Arundel and PG County. Most of us with this phase, mainly rain. I don't expect much out of it. In terms of snow totals with this, we're talking less than an inch in our region, and much of us, we saw less than an inch with that first wave that kind of moved through. We're talking 1 to 3 inches north of our region, so up towards Annapolis, D.C., Baltimore, 3 to 5 back towards the mountains. That might even try to come a little bit west towards Hagerstown and Frederick, as those areas are now under a winter storm warning as well. I'm not as concerned with icing this evening for our region as I was earlier. We will see some periods of sleet, but I'm not sure it will accumulate all that much to where we'll see high impacts. The highest impacts will be out towards the Shenandoah Valley, and you see that shaded there. And again, winter weather alerts in those areas up towards Frederick and Hagerstown, those have been upgraded to a winter storm warning. But in our region, it's just PG and Anne Arundel counties for the time being. And then we clear out for a little bit Thursday midday. Not much is going to be going on, and I don't expect much to go on. After, let's say, after about 8 o'clock or so, up until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, not much is going to go on. And then phase 2 will work in. Our concern this time yesterday was that this would be too far north and it would bring us a wintry mix. The exact opposite has ended up happening. We have seen this storm trend so far south, we are on the cusp of even seeing snow. That is why maybe yesterday the winter storm watch for St. Mary's County was justified. Today, I don't really think so. The heavier snow is likely going to be down towards Richmond. But we will still see snow. It probably won't be the heaviest snow. Generally, I'm thinking 1 to 3 inches tomorrow night into Friday. This is when we get much of our snow. 2 to 4 inches down to the south. And I do have southern St. Mary's in that, and I'll show you the local forecast here in a second. But for much of our region, we might see a couple of inches. But it's not going to be a snowstorm that you'll want to write home about. And this is exactly what I figured would happen a few days ago when that model image got circulated around of like 13 inches of snow. I figured this would come down, and it sure enough it has. And again, those winter storm watches are down to the south. This is from 4 p.m. tomorrow evening through 10 a.m. Friday morning. So again, that winter storm watch for St. Mary's, King George, and Westmoreland County. The heaviest snow may fall in the watch area, but I don't think it'll be this far to the north. Lighter amounts to the north, and additional alerts will come. So in Charles and Calvert County, where you currently have nothing in effect, I am sure you will end up under a winter weather advisory. I'm sure St. Mary's County will be added to a winter weather advisory as well. So you kind of see, if we add everything together, you end up with that zone of, what about us? You're just caught in between. It's fine. So if you're in Calvert County, it's not that you're not going to see anything. You already saw stuff today. This is the model outlook. I haven't updated this graphic, but I would assume that the models are probably around the same. Generally, they show about 1 to 3 inches. Our more high-resolution short-term models show closer to 3 for Pax River than they do than the global models do. But this gives you an idea. This isn't my forecast, but these are the individual model outputs. More snow will be found back to the west and down to the south with this. So if we were to add both phases up here, we're talking a general 1 to 3, but let's zoom it in here. What can you expect? Probably widespread 2 to 3 inch amounts would be my guess. So you would be asking yourself, well, why not just put us in a 2 to 4 inch range? Because people would see 4 inches and expect that. So I really think it's really like a 1 to 3, maybe more like 2 to 3. Coastal areas might not see as much, and areas up to the north might not see as much. So if you were to draw a line across DC, here, right, you're from 50 to 66 points north, almost all of that snow is what's going to fall tonight. Point south, that's really what's going to fall tomorrow night, and locally, that's what we're talking about here in our region. So that's that part of the forecast, and I'm seeing some comments to come in. I'm trying to look over, and I see some questions about timing, and that is right here. So this runs through much of the event. Phase 1, but that's what we're in right now. Maybe some snow, but it's going to be the most possible to the north. I think we're talking about some mixing that could happen across our region, and definitely at least some rain. And then this should clear up probably by about 7 to 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We then see a break in the activity till about 4 o'clock or so. That will be the more impactful system here in southern Maryland, but that's not to say it's going to be high impacts. We will be seeing some snow, and the heaviest will be falling to the south. So I think you'll probably do better with this, let's say, in like California than you would in Brandywine. Some mixing, I can't rule it out. It's unlikely, and I don't think we'll see rain from this. So you will see increasing travel issues throughout the day tomorrow into Friday. So that's what we're talking about. And I do see one more comment. Watches and advisories. If I come back over here to this graphic. So again, areas in blue right now under that winter storm watch for tomorrow. The winter storm watches get issued locally. It differs by National Weather Service office. In our region, we are run by the National Weather Service office in Sterling, Virginia. Their criteria for that is 5 inches of snow to see a watch. You need to see like half the county at least to see 5 inches of snow. And those get issued first, and then about 24 hours out from the event, they'll either get upgraded to warnings or advisories. The warning criteria is 5 inches of snow, so they try to keep, like, if we think you'll be under a warning, we'll put you under a watch. If we don't think you'll be under a warning, but just an advisory, you probably won't get the watch. And I see a question about Lothian. Please look at the snow. Look at the snow forecast sticker. Please, it makes my life a lot easier. But the watch at least 5 inches. Warning 5 inches. Advisory just 2. So I would expect locally. I would expect if I can get my annotation illustration. I would expect Charles County, Calvert County, probably PG, Anne Arundel, Fairfax, Prince William, Fauquier, Stafford, Culpeper, Orange, Spotsylvania, King George, and St. Mary's County. I expect all of these counties to be placed under an advisory for tomorrow. Maybe down towards Westmoreland and Caroline, you're under a warning instead, but we'll see it run by a different National Weather Service office. So this will make the forecast fun. Now, what about timing? Let's walk through you with this. And I didn't get this preloaded before the show, unfortunately, so this will be a little jumpy, but I needed to eat dinner, so you can't fault me for that. So let me bring you over here. Let's talk about it. And actually, I want to take you this way. So this is like a look at my desktop, but it allows me to use my little tools here for you to see, my drawing tools, and that helps me to really, I get animated, so it's easier for me to look at that. So this dark blue line, and I will start off by using this right away. So this dark blue line, and I'm going to draw on top of it with this, that is going to be your freezing line, and I selected the wrong thing. This up here is going to be your freezing line. You can get snow to fall when it's not freezing, but you would like to be under that if you want accumulating snow. So this is, let's move us forward here. I'm going to get towards like 1 o'clock 1 o'clock tonight. Snow well up to the north. So you could be seeing some bands of some heavier snow. I think the bullseye with this is probably going to be somewhere in this region. And this could be where you see maybe more like 3 to 5 inches. Storm like out of this, but you see that mixing line gets very far to the north. It even gets close to Annapolis, so that's why even Annapolis you're probably not going to see a lot. That's why my storm total forecast for you is 2 to 3. Areas in Anne Arundel kind of already seen half an inch, and then rain down to the south. And it's even spotty. I mean, tonight you might not even see consistent rain. It's more like rain showers. But let's move you forward. So again, this is 1 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. If we move you over towards 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and again, sorry that this isn't loading correctly. That mixing, So again, this is 4 a.m., that rain snow line is well to the north, right through here. So even in Annapolis, you're seeing rain. We could be looking at maybe some periods of more moderate rain in our region, and you're still holding on to snow up north. Again, that's why this is going to be the region right up through here that probably sees a good 3 to 5. That's why they're under that warning currently. And that does look different than the forecast I just showed you. I made that around noon today. I won't change it. I will issue a forecast about 6 to 12 hours out from a storm, my final call, and I'll stick by it. I won't be someone that'll change it throughout the storm and be like, look, I was right all along. That's not how I do things. I was brought up with forecasting with you make a forecast, you stick by it. Either you're right or you're wrong, and it's okay to be wrong, but you just got to, be upfront with that. But this, again, 4 o'clock, heading on over towards 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning as it slowly loads, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'll turn the freezing line off, actually, because I might be slowing this down. So by 7 o'clock, so I will write that for those that are just not popping in. This is 7 a.m. tomorrow. That rain snow line is still cut right to the north, well to the north. But this is mainly rain down here. And then this is going to be mainly snow to the north, right? So you're still looking at snow. Again, that's why we're talking 3 to 5 inches of snow with that rain snow line there. And then down here, we're talking about all rain. So that's generally how things will be setting up for you. So as we head over towards 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, we're still looking at rain, and maybe that rain snow line tries to come a little bit down to the south. So as we head towards, this is now 10 o'clock. Snow is just, this system's pulling out. You might end some snowflakes across the Route 50 area. But I think this precip's, it's going to get out of here too quick for us to see additional snow from that. So this is 10 o'clock. Then we need to widen it out. You see, we have energy that's going to begin to form down here to the south. That's going to have to throw in some precip to our region with colder air diving in. But let's put this forward so you can see that. So this is going to be 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock p.m., 2 o'clock p.m., 3 o'clock. So you can see by about 3 o'clock now, as we head towards about 3, 4 o'clock, we begin to see our storm take place. And we can see that. Oof, I would like to zoom out, please. Thank you. So we can see our storm beginning to take place, generally right down in here, right? So that's our storm beginning to really take place. We're beginning to see precip break out on the northern edge. This northern edge, though, is going to be really critical. How far north it's allowed to advance will be determined by the track that this takes. The further north this goes, that allow for some heavier snow to move into the region. But I really do think we're on the outside edge of this. Let's zoom back in. The areas down towards Richmond might start as rain with this. This right now is showing you 4 o'clock. As you move this forward towards 5 o'clock p.m., 6 o'clock p.m., you're beginning to see, so between, and I'll turn these lines off real quick. So as we head over towards 6 p.m., we've begun to see snow break out across areas south of D.C. So we will see snow, I think. And definitely, I think if you're south of 231, south of Prince Rupert, south of Hughesville, you'll probably see the snow first. Rain snow lines to the south. You may see some individual heavier bands try to set up with this. We'll see. But I'm also very cognizant that you see this opening down here, and that kind of looks like an angry face. Yeah, I do that. Okay, that's enough of that. But if you see this down here, that's a dry slot. And I'm very cognizant that we could see some dry slots develop with this system. But moving this on forward towards 7 p.m., 8 p.m. tomorrow, 9 p.m. tomorrow, 10 p.m. tomorrow. And I want to show you that, look, there goes a dry slot. So snow continues south of D.C. for the most part. And then as we head over towards midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning Friday, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it begins to move out. And we may see some lingering snow and sleet showers. We can definitely see that out here. And yes, the angry face, it made an appearance. I didn't mean for it to, but so that's kind of what we're looking at. Generally, it looks like snow from part 2 would be from about 4 p.m. around through maybe about more 4 a.m. I generally think we're talking about 1 to 3 inches of snow. You may be closer to the 3 down here, where you're closer to the 1 up here. There likely will not be any issues with sleets or freezing rain. It's going to be rain. The issue I will be cognizant of is if dry air works in, because we're on the northern edge. So I guess those would be my big weather headlines with some arrows added in. So that's that. And I see a comment, why don't we ever get snow in Charles County? You get snow. It won't be snow from this, though. My winter forecast back in November was not snowy at all. So that is kind of what we're looking at. So that's going to be the theme as we head forward. So, yeah. There isn't too much really to add. My entire forecast is up on the website, jbweather.net. Just go over to the blog and you'll get that information. I will throw out that you're able to see my, or you can get forecasts all the time on the website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well, at jbweather. I did see a comment about people want to know what's going to be going on after this. Well, what I would like to do is if I could bring this over here. And we are going to go into the National Weather Service website. And this is going to show me MDOT. I don't want that. Yes, okay, awesome. So the National Weather Service forecast, I think, is a little overdone. And I think that this is showing up as something too big. Will you show up the way I want you to? No, we're just, okay. It's going to make me troubleshoot this live. Yeah. Okay. The National Weather Service, and I'll need to zoom in because it doesn't make it that big on the screen. I can't give you a reason why. We zoom in. This is the National Weather Service. So before we see screenshots taken, and you can't see that. You know what? I'm going to come back. You'll see everything now. This is not my forecast. It is not. So do not hold me accountable to this. They're really aggressive, though. They paint like a 6 to 8 inch range. That's what that yellow means right through here. And then you get like 3 to 6. And then like a 1 to 3. I think this is very unlikely. So no. No. Very unlikely. You know what I'll do? We'll throw a red in there. No. This will not happen. I do not see a solution in which this makes sense. This would be why they have you under a watch in St. Mary's County, because they think, oh, the southern part of the county can get up to 8 inches. No. And do not get your hopes up for that, please, because, oh, that did. Do not get your hopes up for that. Again, this is not a Southern Maryland classic type of storm. It is not. I have never bought that. I do not think that this is going to be. It isn't a setup that is favorable to that. The total amount of snow that our high resolution model puts in, again, a lot of snow to the north. And then with that second system, and if I just do this by 24-hour, it'll show you just the second system. There we go. So for the second system, there is going to be a sharp gradient. And this model says, maybe my snowfall forecast might be too much. It has maybe a dusting up to the north, and we're keeping the red. So up to the north. This thing gets an inch maybe to Prince Frederick, and then you start to pick it up. Then you get 2 right through here. So this is less than 1. This right here is about the 1 inch line. This is about the 2 inch line. Then maybe you get a little jackpot zone down here of 4 inches. Question mark? Maybe. We'll see. So Blake's saying, I'm telling you, the National Weather Service will always err on the side of caution or overdue forecasting. I mean, it's one or the other, I think. So, that's funny, Mike. But yeah, this I think is a lot more likely. Again, that's why I think you're seeing one. Yeah. Generally in this region, I'm thinking probably a good 1 to 3, with very little to the north. And maybe you're more like 2 to 5 down to the south. Maybe. With this, the further south you are, I think you'll do a better job with the second event. Now, all the questions then go forward, because now that this system, like the last few, have tended to not be big winter weather makers, what happens next? Well, this is 1 o'clock on Friday. We have some lingering freezing rain and some lingering snow showers, but then we'll see another piece of energy eject. And I don't think this model is going to get out to what I want it to show. So let's come here. If I zoom out, we begin to see energy get ejected. So we have an area of low pressure that's trying to get its act here. However, because we have areas of high pressure to the north, these are sending in cold air. This storm to the south is going to try to send up warm air. So what that will do is that will set our region up here in southern Maryland to see, where they clash issues with the potential to see some ice. So this is Saturday morning at 1 a.m. We move this forward. Oh yeah, you see crazy things happening now. This is going to be Saturday morning at 7 a.m. What is this doing? What am I looking at? This model sends a storm near the coast, but because there's cold air, this is all ice down here. So I think this is probably overdone. I will say that. We have seen this with every single event this winter, that they are always overdone QPF-wise this far out. And if you have stuck around the song, thank you. My thing stopped updating, so I don't know how many of you are still watching. But this is kind of more the technical stuff. So as the storm begins to move up, and QPF is the amount of precip it puts out, I think this is overdone. But I do have an ice concern in this region. And maybe you get some snow up here, but it's probably also ice. So Sunday will be likely an ice to rain event. So this is 7 a.m. As you move this forward towards 1 p.m., This continues to keep ice coming, snow well inland. As we head over towards 7 p.m., this keeps ice. This continues to keep ice until 1 a.m. Sunday, and this is as far as the model will go out. This model, and this isn't my forecast. I won't put out a forecast about this till probably tomorrow. This model puts down a healthy amount of freezing rain. Like this would be a concerning level of freezing rain. So if I zoom in here, this model tries to put down, and oh, no, I didn't do that correct. I'm going to do what I did with the last thing, so you can't take a screenshot. Maybe it doesn't want me to do that. Maybe that's just the thing. Red X. Again, this is likely overdone. So this is going to be for the Saturday into Sunday morning storm. This model tries to put a hefty actual ice storm in this region. You see these numbers here? Like 1, that number there is 1.01. That is over an inch of ice. That would be an issue. That would be on the level of like a 1992, 1994 type ice storm. An ice storm we haven't seen here since I've been alive. So I'm 24. So this would be on Saturday, going into Sunday. This is likely overdone, I think, a little bit, but this does show you, well, I think you cut these probably by more than half. But this would show you generally where we have ice concerns with this event. If I can zoom out now, can I get it to a place where, okay, this is probably as close as I'll get it. With this Saturday storm, so let me write that. So this is going to be, I'll put it up here. I need to click on the pen. So for Saturday, I am concerned about maybe an inch or so of snow, maybe like 1 to 3, something like that, in this general area. So this is where you could see some snow. I am concerned generally about icing in like this general area. And I would have my highest concerns probably right through our region. Now, maybe not necessarily Calvert County or like these Bayside locations, because they might try to keep you a little warmer. But I mean, I would, this dark area, I'm trying to think of a small phrase I can use. I'll just put high. That is where my highest ice concerns would be. I tend to think that this would probably be a little bit of, maybe, I don't even think snow, but this would be ice, freezing rain, really, not really even sleep, but just freezing rain that would eventually go over to rain. So, we'll see. This is still about 3 days out. Now, 3 days, we start to get into the time where these solutions we have to start taking seriously. If I show you a couple different models quickly, and again, the area, just for the, and I can't get in close, so do not take this verbatim, and there's a reason I can't get in close. But the area I am the most concerned about icing with this event, and you'll see ice outside of it, like kind of like that. But my highest concerns are going to be in the innermost circle. So that would include almost all of southern Maryland, but definitely out here towards the Virginia Piedmont. Definitely. And I know there are no town names on here, and this isn't a pretty map. But I'm freehand drawing for those of you that are watching. Again, I don't know how many of you are watching. I'm sorry. But let's take a look at a couple different models. So if we take a look at the European, this is its newest run. So there goes snow tonight. Here comes snow tomorrow. I mean, again, it tries to get some snow into southern St. Mary's County. 373. Thank you, Destiny. I appreciate that. I didn't think that many people would still be around. This model is, again, a general 1 to 3. So this is for between tonight and through Friday morning, generally 1 to 3. And then we see ice build in probably sometime Friday night into Saturday, probably more like Saturday morning. As we move forward, though, you see we clear out. This model's a little delayed, it seems. Again, I haven't seen this. I've been busy eating. Yeah, so this is 10 a.m. Saturday, this is 1 p.m. Saturday, this is 4 p.m. Saturday, this is 7 p.m. Saturday, and that pink is freezing rain. 7 p.m. Saturday, 10 p.m. Saturday, 1 a.m. Sunday, 4 a.m. Sunday, and then this is as far as this model will go out. But this has prolonged freezing rain as well. And this has, again, totals that are a lot less than the ones we just saw, but these are still very impactful totals. So this wouldn't be on the level of like 1992 or 1994 ice storm levels. Again, what we just looked at, the other model, that was over an inch of freezing rain. This has the Lettertown numbers, in case you can't see it, is 0.34. Anything over a quarter inch of ice will cause some power outages and big time travel issues. Once you get over an inch of ice, then you're talking like a region is shut down for like 3 to 5 days, and you're going multiple days without power. So I don't think it'll be that. And again, I think that's for solution that's probably a little overdone. But this does show you my ice concerns. So this is for the day on Saturday into Sunday. The early version of this model had higher ice totals, closer to that model we looked at, but you get the general idea. And again, maybe my high ice threat zone is going to be a little too big. I see some people are just now joining. Again, we're not talking that much. I mean, we're talking snow tonight into tomorrow, and then tomorrow into Friday. I think here in Southern Maryland, it's about an inch. Most of it falls tomorrow. But yes, the next, and Kathleen, alcoholic beverages are always key. But I didn't say that. Oh, what was I saying? That just totally made me lose my train of thought. Maybe my ice zone earlier was a little too generous. Again, this would probably be from about 7 a.m. Saturday through 7 a.m. Sunday. So 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. Saturday to Sunday. And it's probably going to be a lot narrower than that, but we're still really far out, and I don't want to lock myself into any solution. But the threat of ice will probably be the highest, probably in this region. You will still have a threat of ice outside of here, but especially for these southern zones up through here, you get a lot of coastal influences, so you'll see ice, but this would be the area that would switch over to rain first. So do keep that in mind. Then, so that's that, and I'll have more on that tomorrow, like an actual forecast out here for you. So keep that in mind. Now, what I want to do is zoom you out. So we see Saturday. Then we clear out for President's Day, maybe some rain showers. And then, here we go, we recharge. The hits keep coming. Area low pressure develops down here. The question with this next system is, does it go like this, or does it go like that? This southern track would be more like wintry, where this would be like ice to rain. So that would be the difference. And I mean, that's a widespread. But we watch this system, so this is going to be getting into Tuesday. There we go. You see that dreaded pink comes back into our region. This would be Tuesday morning. It tries to bring some ice. But this tends to be a little bit quicker with the transition to rain. I don't know if I necessarily buy that. We'll see. That sends that out. We clear out for Wednesday. Here we go again. Thursday, there's another storm system. And just because this shows rain right now, I don't necessarily buy that either, because this Thursday and the Friday system next week, it could very easily go like that, but it could also very easily go like that. So there is a lot to kind of look at. I wouldn't bank on a huge ice storm this weekend, and I'm sure you'll see. Everything gets hyped. Here's the ongoing theme. Every event this winter has been hyped. Everyone has hyped up everything, and everyone comes to me like, JB, we're getting 8 to 12 inches of snow. And every single time I don't buy it, and we don't see this happen. So I tend to think the same thing with this weekend threat. We're doing one storm at a time. We are locked and loaded. We will see systems. So we have, and I should probably use a smaller pen. And I wish I had like a white screen. Actually, Yeah, there we go. That's what I posted earlier. I guess save. There we go. Look, I'm using my sources. So generally, what I think we're talking about is that we will have a system to track, tonight into tomorrow morning. And that is going to be snow to the north. I hope you all can read that. I hope that makes sense. So snow north. Second system is going to be Thursday p.m. through Friday a.m. And that's going to be 1 to 3 in southern Maryland. And I need to move this so you can see that. Then the third one we track, the next one, that's going to be Saturday into Sunday a.m. Just so you can see that. That's likely going to be ice to rain. And I am very concerned about the potential rain threat. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you all can read this and it makes sense. Let me know. I didn't think about doing this initially, but I just kind of threw it together. So yes, this says north. I see some people are asking what this says. My apologies. That says north. And we can really just kind of cross that out at this point. We know what's going on with that. So this one, off the table. Up next is going to be tomorrow night into Friday. Let's see. Advise against travel from Roanoke to Southern Maryland on Friday evening. Sounds like Saturday is a higher risk of... I mean, if you're going to travel Georgia, I would travel Friday evening out of anything. Probably earlier now that you get it. Probably earlier if you could, like earlier in the evening, maybe more like before dinner than after dinner if you could. But again, this is off the table. So this is like my see that's my ideas are flowing. I can make like a menu. That might be a nice graphic idea. So like what's on the menu? So again, I'll try to write this so you all can kind of read it. So now I think this helps that you all can read my handwriting. Snow to the north. Tomorrow, Thursday p.m. through Friday, 1 to 3 inches in southern Maryland. Saturday a.m. through Sunday a.m. ice to rain, and I am much more concerned about that ice threat. And then if it doesn't fit on the menu, it is not getting served just yet. You have to come back for seconds. But I can fit one more on here. The next one that then it would be due up, or maybe it's more like a baseball lineup card. Who's going to be on deck is going to be Tuesday, and maybe that's ice to rain again, but maybe it favors more rain. Who knows? But what I can tell you is that right now we can cross this one off. Up next, it's 2. And we're still trying to figure out the specifics, but can we get dessert instead? I've always been told you got to do dinner before dessert. I tend to think the other way around. My health can show that. But so this is kind of what we're talking about. So this is what you want to keep in mind. Look at my IHOP menu puns. Yeah, I served at IHOP for 4 years, so I knew something about menus. So that's kind of what we're talking about. I don't see a lot of snow in this. No, just because I say that a pattern looks wintry and cold, that does not mean snow. And I maybe should have specified that. But, I mean, what we're seeing here, you're seeing a lot of the word ice. Ice. So, that's just, again, and we are in a range where I can more confidently talk about this. I won't be able to talk about this until this one we can cross out. And I won't be able to talk about 4 until we can cross this one out. So, in Cassidy, you probably won't have school tomorrow up in northern Maryland. So that's kind of what we're talking about. I hope that helps. I'm trying to get as many of these comments as I can. Any ice tomorrow morning? Probably not. Do I think travel will be impacted Saturday before noon? It might be. It'll depend on the timing. If we see that system spread precip across our region sooner, then that could definitely be an issue. I would say anytime after 7 a.m. Saturday is fair game. I wouldn't cancel travel plans just yet, though, because we're still 3 days out. And look how much the forecast changed with this system 3 days out. 3 days ago, people were sharing 13-inch snow maps, and we're talking maybe an inch or two. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let's see, everyone called called for a crap load of snow, and you hit it on the... Exactly. Let's see. Let's look at some more comments. What about travel back from Ocean City Sunday to Calvert? You should be fine. I mean, there will probably be some icy roads, but just use caution. It doesn't look like any precip will fall right now during that time frame, and it's hard to say what road conditions would be like. We would need to see what's going on, but I would be aware for the potential of a little bit of ice. Again, I'm going to have a lot more on this tomorrow. I think a lot of people, strangely enough, are more interested in ice than snow, because ice causes a lot more issues than snow does. Snow is kind of pretty to look at. And it's hard to drive in, but you can. Ice, you can't do anything. What about traveling from Raleigh, North Carolina tomorrow at 5 p.m. to Leslie? You're going to run into some issues leaving tomorrow from Raleigh. Yeah, you're going to run into some issues because the heaviest snow. So let's just come back here to Futurecast. And I do not want to sleep on this system tomorrow night. I do not get ahead of my bearings here. It's kind of like you think you already won the games, you're planning the championship parade, and then you end up losing by a point or more. It's kind of like what the Kansas City Chiefs were doing. So if I take you out, so this is kind of what you'll be dealing with, right? Raleigh's down here, if you can see my mouse. We are up here, so you'd take probably 95. There's going to be a lot of rain, and then this rain's going to gradually change over to snow, and then you'll hit snow up here. So if you could leave in the morning, that'd be better, or if not, I would just wait until Friday, Friday afternoon, evening. What about traveling? Oh wait, did I just answer that? Did someone else? Are you all traveling from North Carolina together? What are these names? Let's see. Are these the same comments? Karina Lightfoot and Lori Dupree. Are you all traveling together from North Carolina? What about traveling Friday afternoon to North Carolina? Oh, you're traveling too there, coming back Sunday. Traveling there, you should be all right, maybe some slick spots. Coming back Sunday, you might want to come back more in the afternoon than the evening, or than the morning. I need to go to Philly tomorrow, maybe leave Southern Maryland around 11. That should be fine. You'll run into some slick spots once you head further north. Because you're going to take I-95, I'd assume, or even if you take the Bay Bridge and you head up 5301, you're going to run into some issues still. There's going to be slick spots, but nothing will be falling during that time period, so you should be fine. Snow tomorrow or no? Megan wants to know. Yes. As simple as I can put it. Advice against travel from Roanoke to Southern Maryland Friday evening. Sounds like Saturday is the higher ice threat than Friday. Yeah, Saturday does. Friday evening, I think you might run into some issues depending on the timing of that. So I would probably travel before lunch than after lunch. In Georgia, that's the same question I saw. So I'm getting to a point where I can. Let me come back down here. Let's see. Travel to Durham, North. What's up with every? Oh wait, are these the same ones, or did you re-comment it? Yeah, it's something going on in North Carolina. Like, I've seen so many comments about North Carolina. But, Corinne, I think I answered your question. I think that's the same comment. Is any of this going to affect school tomorrow in Southern Maryland? Yesterday it looked like it might have. Maybe not. It's hard to say. I believe Calvert County has already declared a code virtual. All the parents can tell you, and they're all very grumpy that there's snow days. I mean, I get it. But, probably not. Maybe an early dismissal at most, but even that, we'll see. Travel to Cumberland, Maryland. Kimberly, when are you looking to travel? Any chance Ridge and Point look like you get the 6? I don't see that at all, Carol. Like, if I show you this model, the amount of snow it puts down. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to take you over here so you can really see my screen. So here's kind of like the chart. I don't think a lot of people can see the legend. But it's not, when you get these blues, that's 2 inches. This model doesn't even have 2 inches of snow. This model brings that 1 inch line like this far north. So this would be 1 inch. This would be maybe 2 inches, maybe. So no, I think 6 to 8 is not likely at all. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it's likely. All right, stop collaborating. Listen, Ice is back with my. Sorry, you have my attention at Ice. Let's see. St. Mary's County, Christine. If you're looking for tomorrow's snow forecast, that's running there on the bottom for you. So my safe to grab groceries Friday between 9 and 10 in St. Mary's. Why not? You should be. I mean, the snow should be over by then. There'll be some slick spots, but it'll be fine. Kimberly. Okay, here we go. 9 a.m. tomorrow from Leonardtown. I mean, you'll want to just, so again, you're probably traveling what? You're going to head up 5, take 95 on a 270, hop on 68 up this way. Let me turn this off. You will run into issues probably with slick spots once you hit about here tomorrow. Down here, it should be all rain, and I know my pen's kind of, I'll fix that, but mainly rain, but up here you could see slick spots, and definitely once you get up here, this is probably more like, you'll see some snow on the road, and you can't really see that because the pen's too thick, but that gives you an idea. So you could do it, just be aware you're running to, just take it slow and use some caution. Can you go over the general forecast for Southern Maryland for tomorrow? I definitely can, Erica, and I know some people are just not jumping in. Again, I don't know how many people are watching. This number here stopped at 575 about half an hour ago or so. Like almost as soon as I started, it stopped counting. So, for tomorrow, I need to get back through my show here. Rain, and actually, you know what I should have done? I should have just stayed on that initial graphic that came up. Let me get back there because I think this will help, and I'll just explain it a little bit to you. 2 to 3 inches will fall tomorrow through much of the region. I think my call is 1 to 3, but maybe it's more like 2 to 3. But the highs will fall to the south. So for tomorrow, you're going to want to look after that like 4 p.m. Thursday. So I think this snow is out of here. The precip we see tonight will be out of here probably around 7 to 8 a.m. tomorrow. We'll then see probably like a 6-hour break or so in the activity with very little. So if you have any plans, I'd probably get them done then. You'll probably run into some slick spots traveling north. And then tomorrow evening through the overnight into Friday morning is when snow moves back in. That would be more impactful for us because this would be measurable snow again, maybe like 1 to 3 inches. So keep that in mind if you have travel plans to that take you out. And so that's kind of what I would expect, again, a general 1 to 3. Don't you laugh at our measly. Lauren, yeah, I mean, it was kind of expected. Maybe next year will be better. Awesome. Oh, of course, Terry. I'll be driving from Mechanicsville to Andrews Air Force Base tomorrow for work. I will be up north. You'll run into some slick spots, I think. I mean, that's the area that'll see some snow, but also some rain. So just be prepared for some slick spots. You should be able to do it, though. Let's see. Would Ridge and Point Lookout have a less chance of ice on Saturday being... Yes, Carol, that's exactly the correct reason why, because you're closer to the bay. Ice will always favor areas away from the water because areas from the water do not have to deal with... Away from the water do not have to deal with like the water influence that'll warm you up a little bit, which is bad news for them. You'd want to be close to the water so you don't have to deal with them. Let's see. Husband driving to DC around 4 a.m. Is he good to... There will be some precip will be falling then. Rain will be falling all night here in Southern Maryland. You'll see you'll go back between snow and rain up towards DC. So that'll be falling. So again, if you need to do it, I mean, you'll do it anyway. I don't think very many people stop doing travel plans because of what I say, but I would definitely advise just be aware. You know, is this Snowmageddon 3.0? No. It's an inch or two of snow up that way with rain mixed in, so just be aware. Let's see, Kimberly, I think I got your question. FYI, Leonardtown High School Oh, okay. I did not know that, Lauren. Thank you. So just Leonardtown tomorrow, not all of St. Mary's County. Leonardtown High is asynchronous, so that's good to know. Okay, so tomorrow morning, commute from St. Mary's to Northern Cabot sounds like it'll be business as usual. I mean, I wouldn't call it business as usual, but I mean, how do people drive when there's rain? That's what I would expect. So just take it slow. There could be some slick spots in Northern Cabot County tomorrow, but um, I would just be aware. What are we looking at for Monday, Terry? It'll be cold Monday. 203 is watching. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you for the updates. You are my new counter. I pay for this software. I should be paying you to tell me how many people are watching. Let's see. Driving from Huntington to McLean, Virginia, 5 a.m. tomorrow. Again, that's the same thing I said a little bit ago. You'll run into, I mean, it's some snow and rain. You'll run into issues. I mean, it's the DMV. You run into issues anytime there's snow or rain. But this won't be like a snowstorm that shuts our region down. That happens tonight. So tomorrow, you should be fine in the morning. But just be aware, people drive crazy. Oh my god, that's so many questions. Drive tomorrow from Mechanicsville to bed. It's like all like the same version of. It's all like a version of the same question you all are asking me. So I'm just gonna say it once, and it's not to be like grouchy or snooty. And I know a lot of you are just now popping on, but when I answer the same question over the 52 minutes, I don't like repeating myself this much. Tomorrow you will run, and you know what? Let me throw on a map for you. And I don't mean to, and I know you all don't mean it in a malicious way. Like that's not what I'm trying to say at all. Locally, you will likely, where will travel be good? Like where will travel largely be unaffected? And I need the pen. This region. This is where you'll just have wet roadways. You will run into some slick spots once you get into like this region. Again, just some. Because this region has the potential to see a little bit of snow tonight. Not a lot, more rain than snow, but maybe some slick spots. If I can zoom out, and of course, that doesn't like move with it. So again, this is your like some issues area. And this is actually how I draw snow maps. I just write right on the screen. It helps out a lot. So this is where it's just going to be wet. You will run into more issues once you get up here tomorrow. So this is where you will likely have, like a few issues. So more than some. You'll have a few issues. Or maybe the yellow area should be more like a couple issues and then some issues up north or a few, whatever. You get the idea. The further north you head, you'll run into issues. So if you're traveling from Lexington Park to Leslie, you should be fine. It'll be wet. I mean, how do people typically go when it's wet, And then once you start to get into some snow, once you head up into this region, people will drive like a-holes. You know how it goes. It'll be drivable. I mean, and even in this region, we're talking like 1 to 3. More like 1 down here, more like 3 up here, but you get the idea. Let me come back here. So, since you just said that, I won't answer any more questions about driving at 5 a.m. tomorrow. No, let's see. Oh no, and just you were fine. I know that was not your intention or anyone's intention to ask. Like I get it. You're just tuning in. You just want to know what's going on. I just wanted to answer it one time for people. What are the regions? I can't see them on the map. Again, I know this might be like a little hard to see, but if I kind of outline it for you, this is like the coastline down here. So this is like St. Mary's. This is Calvert. Again, I never claim to be like someone who can draw maps. I can like make them look pretty, but then this is like PG and then Anne Arundel, right? And then you have the eastern or the northern neck down here. Maybe I'll just start using this for my maps. So that's so again, these are generally the shape of the counties, not precise at all. If Calvert County will look like that, it'd be really weird. You'll run into ice issues or some slick spots tomorrow once you get up into like this region. Wendy, you'll see some accumulation. That'll be coming up for you. The snowfall forecast for Hollywood is in there on the ticker. You might see like 2 to 3 inches. That'll mainly fall tomorrow evening, though, into the overnight. Thanks for that. Oh, of course, Alicia. I'm not sure if this was asked yet, but do I foresee any closings in Dunkirk? Probably not. Probably maybe some delays. And I'm not talking school delays, but like travel might be delayed a little bit, but so that is what I have for you this evening. I will probably be with you throughout the overnight hours to give you some updates, but I'm also going to try to get some sleep because this is more of a non-event for Southern Maryland. It's more of an event for Northern Maryland. Our event will come tomorrow evening, and that's what I would want to be stayed up for. And I have class tomorrow at 8 o'clock, so I'll be up anyway. But so that's kind of what we're looking at. So I'll be with you for a couple more hours this evening. I'll get some sleep, and I'll be up at 3 a.m. tomorrow to get you updated, or maybe more like 4. We'll see when I wake up. So stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you updated. But that is everything I have for you. It's been a fun 56 minutes, and I'll continue to keep you updated. And you can always get the latest forecast on the website. I've really been trying to utilize that a lot. jbweather.net. The updated 7 days over there. Granted, I haven't done one today, and I probably won't. Today's been too crazy of a weather day. That's on the back burner. I'll do one tomorrow. Tomorrow I will have an update on the Saturday to Sunday ice potential. You can get forecasts over on Twitter at @JB_weather, on Facebook.com/Bordash, BORD as in David, ASHWX, and on Instagram now at JBWeather. Get that over there. On YouTube, all my stuff streams over on YouTube, so I can't give you the YouTube link because I still don't have like a custom URL. So it's a weird combination of letters and numbers and symbols. It's like user/286 =_3. I don't know. But you can get that on the website. You go to jbweather.net, up in the social icon bar, you click that, or you go over to the forecast tab, you scroll all the way down. Below the 7-day forecast is the recorded forecast I did earlier today for those that couldn't watch this. You click on that, that'll take you to it as well. So stay tuned. I will continue to keep you updated. It's going to be a very busy week here at JB Weather, several storm chances, and I will develop that menu idea because I think it's a really good idea, or maybe... Actually, for those that have stuck around again, I don't know how many there are, but there are fewer of you, I think, now, so I can get more of a quick answer. Let me know, and I'll wait for some responses. What sounds better for what I was talking about earlier? Like a food menu or like a baseball lineup card? What sounds better? So please, quickly, just let me know. Menu or lineup card, and then we'll get going. And I'll wait for some comments to come in. And I know that there are fewer of you watching now because I've said goodbye like 3 times. I have a hard time ending these. So I'll wait for, so let's see. Oh, there we go. So Bernice, food menu, okay? Please, everyone chime in. This is what I do on Patreon a lot, too. I have people let me know what they talk about. Menu, okay, so already lots of menu. Awesome. So let's see that. Keep them coming. I want to get a nice array. It's kind of like we're before an election and I'm running a poll. Menu. Jessica, if you missed it, it's kind of like an inside joke at this point. Everyone's saying menu. Jessica, you'll see the fruit of this tomorrow. See, look, I ran with the menu thing. Thank you for your input. I'm going to get going now. So stay tuned. It's been fun. Be on the lookout for the food menu tomorrow. And for those that missed that, you'll see what that means. So stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you updated. I'm forecaster John Bordash. Thank you so much for joining me this evening.